It's fine as long as he stays there.
I will.
Good.
Please don't move. You can't get
Happy with
animated.
this.
You know what's
Welcome to Saturday Morning Breakfast Radio.
God, can you imagine if we actually did do live shows at like 7 a.m.?
Oh, fucking hell. I don't know if I could.
look,
I could do that.
I think we could do it.
You know what I love about this is because we can give people the most accurate, up-to-date information by like maybe 1 day delay. Because this is coming out on Monday and it's Saturday
that's
today.
true. I guess not much happens
Wait,
on
I
the
thought
weekend.
it was Tuesdays now.
Huh?
Oh shit, it's Tuesdays now.
Oh shit!
Look, if it's Monday, it's Monday. But
Look, some people got angry that we weren't, releasing as when we were meant to.
well, look, just like a Bus or a Susan Sarandon movie, you wait ages for one and then three come along at the same time.
Oh my god, it's so fucking true as well. It's so
God.
true.
I didn't know it was going to go that way, but
There you go.
yeah. And the internet is just such a cool place. Like the random shit that just people decide to develop. So, the thing Jahan and I were talking about before about the VFX artists. So these guys have just made a quick YouTube vid. And remember how Superman had
Joss Whedon's cut had the
mustache cut out on
masking
Superman?
over.
Yeah.
So they've replaced his mustache back into the cut now. So he's got a mustache as Superman the entire time. It's
That'd be
phenomenal.
amazing.
It's so
It
good.
looks good.
Like Tom Selleck is super.
Actually, look, I don't see it on here, but speaking of moustaches on like superheroes, you both need to watch Invincible.
Is that the thing that just got like 2 new seasons?
Yeah, they went in on
signed?
Twitter, like just like
Is that thing on
Ima-
Disney?
no, it's on Prime.
Prime, yeah. I know. I've seen an ad
It would
for
not belong on Disney. Just the violence.
Oh, okay.
It's really. Imagine
Prime
The
knows
Boys.
This is it here.
Yeah, I have seen the ads for it. Yeah.
Imagine The Boys. Obviously, a different story and all that crap, but just the violence level
Okay.
is the same. Like, girlfriend and I was like, okay, look, I'm gonna watch it because I want to, but if you want to watch it, be great if you join me on it. Watch the first episode, and she's like, yeah, nah, cool, I'm in. Like,
Okay.
it's so good story wise. Like, fucking comics have been out for like I think, nearly 20 years now.
Fuck.
I think could have been a little less, but yeah, made by Robert Kirkman, guy who made Walking Dead. all that.
I just realized we just said fucking shit just so quickly just then. It's Saturday morning. It's early. The birds are chirping. People can hear it. And
we look like 3 guys who have gone through the ringer. They used to be savage alcoholics, and now we're all recovering, drinking coffee.
This is actually a chai latte.
we used to drink beer on this podcast.
now it's coffee.
I was thinking, well, the bottle wasn't open, so I couldn't even go in there to pick up some beers.
Wow,
Okay.
you actually thought about it.
Ew, I have my bag here. That's primarily so, like, I just got crap on me, like my jumper and stuff. But
Fair.
I would have brought that.
Did you see just before we get real? Did you see the puppet show version of Resident Evil?
I don't know what you're talking about here.
No.
So it's only like come up in like the past 24 hours. Someone has made the like Resident Evil Village, like the game. Someone's just transformed the story into a puppet show. Like they did it. Capcom did it.
Oh, neat. Okay.
And
Oh,
Like a Punch and Judy or like Midsummer
look,
Murders?
I can't say it's as good as Sesame Street. I can't say that.
Did you see that the Big Bird costume was robbed from the circus in Adelaide?
Wait, what?
what?
Yeah, the Big Bird costume, which apparently cost $160,000.
I reckon that's just a valuation, just because of what it is,
Yeah.
not actual. I
But
think
like,
probably
yeah.
cost only a couple of grand to make.
There's not only one suit. There's like fucking loads of them.
But then they after a couple of days they found the costume behind a bin, looking like it was just like a drug addict at that stage.
Just a crack addict. It reminds me of
Sesame Street real, like just the
reminds-
success of it, he couldn't handle it.
Reminds me of Dave Chappelle's take on Sesame Street. It's like Snuffleupagus. It's like he's like a cocaine addict, like a crack
Yeah.
addict.
It's
Oscar
so-
the Grouch is living in a bin. Like it's a bit.
It is. It's literally.
Bitch, I live in a trash can.
Oscar the Grouch, why are you so grouchy? It's just so good. I have a slight complaint to make. It's a bit of a gripe and a bit of a question. I went to buy a game yesterday called Returnal, made by the team at Housemarque, who made arguably one of their biggest games was Resogun back in 2013. Does that ring a bell?
No.
This game, it was in the PlayStation showcase for these are the games that are coming out for PlayStation 5. It looks phenomenal. It's a roguelite. I went to pay for it yesterday, and it was 125 Australian dollars. I went and calculated it out. I'm like, there's no way that this is just an exchange rate thing. That's 90 US. Where is that extra $30? So their games have gone up to 70 US and used to be 60. I'm all for supporting game developers, absolutely. Don't want them to get shafted and all that shit. But I want to know where those extra $30 are coming from.
It's the Australian tax, like.
I know, but like, it's just such a like.
No, but like just for having something in this country,
I know
it's just ridiculous.
It's so stupid. Like, I could understand. I was like, look, if it was a physical, I could understand that shipping, getting it developed.
But it wasn't. Yeah.
But I can't even buy it physical because I don't have a disc in my PlayStation 5. Really fucked up by not doing that.
Yeah, that's really frustrating because, obviously the argument would be then, like, obviously there's a reason why Stream and all these cool things exist because you're obviously not paying the rates that Australia does, really, at the end of the day. I know it's bought in Australian currency, but...
As much as I want to buy it, I'm just going to have to wait now at least until it's 100. I'm more than happy, like, we always have paid $100 for a game. So I would have been fine if it, like, 105, 110. But this was also a standard copy. I was like, oh no, I've definitely made a mistake here. This has got to be the digital or something. No, digital was like 135. So I was like, I might as well buy the digital for 135 and get the additional crap in it if I'm going to get like bent over. So I just wanted to complain about it.
Do you like wearing lipstick when you get fucked?
I want someone to look pretty when they fuck.
I just wanted to complain about that because I really wanted this game. I'm a huge fan of Housemarque, huge fan of roguelikes and roguelites, but there's no fucking way I'm buying this game until it's on sale. There's just no way.
Well, if anyone has any thoughts onto why it is $125, please hit us up.
Yes, please, someone.
And Robbie, on that note, I think it's time to cue the music. I see what you did there. That was nice.
I thought so too. Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Nag Cast. We're on episode 21, and we're back to regular programming schedules.
Yeah.
Thank God. We're back to normal. We're doing it. We're on top of it.
We got there.
And for that, we thank you. Let's just jump straight into gaming. Jahan got pretty aggressive in the gaming space just then.
No, not aggressive, just sad.
So I'm gonna breeze through our intros.
Literally just got paid, and now I'm just gonna like, if I was to buy it, $125 out of my back pocket.
Oh, you just got paid. Jealous.
I'm joined by brother Geeks, Robbie, and Jahan, and I'm of course Tom. Guys, gaming.
That was a bit of a lazy one, mate.
Yeah, I know.
And I am Tom.
Yes.
No, but like, it was nothing for either.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fucking
Got a lot to talk about.
carry on then.
I want to jump straight into Halo. So we've got a whole bunch of new photos and concept art and everything that's come out quite recently. But the biggest thing that came out to me is the cross-gen platform support that's going to be on the game. And I don't just mean Xbox One to Xbox Series X. I'm also talking about PC as well, which is great, which is something that only
mental.
That's only recently just happened for Halo Master Chief Collection. So the fact that it's happening like this, fantastic, awesome.
Well, it's just Xbox, right? Just being like, we want people to be able to play our games anywhere. Why would I want to restart the game on
100%.
PC?
Yeah.
Like, dude, look,
Xbox.
you fucking saw that shit. Like, being able to play on your mobile phone now with the controller, and like, dude, that's fucking epic.
It's
It's
so
fucking
good.
sick.
Like, do you guys have fast enough connection to kind of?
Here we
Yeah.
do, yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
But I'd worry if
Well,
I was
that's-
in random places.
Well,
I mean,
some no.
if you could do it on 5G.
Yeah, but
Oh no, that's fine. I'm just meaning, like, obviously, if the bar drops a little bit in your reception, it's probably not going to be the best thing.
Yeah, I think I'd probably only just play single player games. You wouldn't want to try and
Yeah.
test your might online.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, I see what you did there. Test your might. Nice. That's a Mortal Kombat reference.
Oh, okay.
Test your might.
Didn't cop that.
It's all good. You didn't just watch the movie quite recently. It's all good.
No, it's totally fine.
No, it's grand.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really glad we didn't spoil that for everyone, you know?
What? Oh.
What?
So can we?
No. I think
It's a week and a half.
Yeah, hold up.
Plus, it's speaking to people at home, it's still not available at home. Like,
When it comes to when it comes to movies, we know Tom, as soon as he's seen it, spoiler wise, that's fine to go. But what is your consensus on a movie spoiler and then TV spoiler?
TV spoiler, I'm thinking like a week. Because if it's something out on a Friday, like I don't like the fact that they start posting about it on like a Monday. Because look, I've had things to do over the weekend. Movie, give me like 2 weeks.
Okay, fair enough. I was going to say a month for a movie.
Yeah, I was going to say, okay, what's the deal here? Do we wait a month until we can start talking?
I'm really surprised you said a month. I thought you were going to say a day.
Well, obviously I've been trying.
Because I think in certain areas, like if I'm with you two, obviously I'm just going to talk about Mortal Kombat. That's not an issue. And if someone comes into the conversation and hears we're talking about it, and then sits there and then goes, oh, hold up, that's your fault. But I think in just a general setting on the internet, if you were at work talking to someone and you didn't kind of like hush down your voice a bit, just in case, I think that's about a month for a movie, just because a movie does take a bit of effort to get to.
Not anymore. I mean, there's a lot of them are just doing like
of course now it's a bit different. But like with a TV show, I could literally watch that on the train.
Hang on. Let's take that same idea and apply it to games then. What if a game came out yesterday?
So Monster Hunter Rise update happened, and there was I won't spoil it because it's a surprise. Where it says "and more," it is a monster that is that and more. I literally was at work and the game had been out for that update had been out for like an hour. And I'd already gone into Twitter and it literally goes, Monster Hunter Rise, hashtag, the monster, hashtag, right next to it with, is in this game. And I'm like, motherfucker, it's been like an hour and a half.
Yeah, you got to... Twitter, I think, is probably the worst for spoilers.
Oh my God. Yeah, like, you can get some really good, like...
And it's like Jahan's favorite place.
I know, but you can get an extension for Google Chrome that you can block out certain words.
You can... I've just started muting words on Twitter as well. Right now, Invincible is muted out, and the word Omni-Man, because that's arguably one of the characters in the show. So as long as those two are muted out, I'll probably have both. Hopefully have all the spoilers sorted out. Yeah. But...
I feel like Peter Griffin in like a Family
Guy.
Literally.
Yeah, just trying to...
Okay, I'll just do it.
Dear God.
Oh my God. I guess we could put this
Do you want ants? Because that's how you get ants.
Yes.
Regarding this Halo Infinite, is that the Inside Infinite or whatever they call it? Every month that they're going to be releasing?
I think probably. I just read it because every news source has basically got and reported on it.
Okay, fair enough.
If you just jump onto Google and obviously type in Halo Infinite, you do get the reoccurring stuff that comes up quite recently, and the recent stuff was like new concept art, level design, all that type of stuff. It looks really good.
I'm really confused at how 343 wanted to release, I guess Microsoft in particular, wanted to release this game at the end of last year. And they still seem to be developing it. I assume it's like a bit of an overhaul.
I love that now they've made a content series on what they're doing to the game before they release it, when they should have already fucking released it. Put your energy to just finishing the game. Seriously?
I know we already kind of briefly touched on this in a previous episode, but can you imagine what the game would have been like if it came out?
I'm just like, I'm so confused. How much overhaul? Because, if it was like, hey, we've heard your complaints and critiques, we're holding off for 2 months. And that's, that's just a digital overhaul to make sure everything's up to scratch, 4K, 6K, whatever it wants to be. It's a full year, and it's like, hey, we're going to be overworked, we're going to be changing this. I'm like, what was it before?
Yeah. You know what Phil's response to that is?
Gamers are everywhere.
It's on there. It's
gaming.
Yeah. And I tell you what, I think his argument is, respectfully, he just wants games to gamers as soon as possible.
That's a terrible thing.
Actually, it is. I agree. But you know what's interesting? I read a report this morning, which was, and I put it in the notes today, 44% of games being developed got delayed because of COVID. That's a pretty big chunk, but it's
I was
also
expecting it to be more, to be honest.
well. Apparently, the other side, like 49% of devs were like, "No, we were fine," but then it's like, so where are the games?
Who did we who was in this actual survey?
They
And,
surveyed everyone. It
like,
was
so
a GDC,
AAAs and
over
indies?
3,000 like devs. So
Okay.
AAAs, indies.
because indies I feel wouldn't be as hit, just because
Yeah.
generally speaking they're
They're
relatively
already
small
in
teams.
their parents' garage.
Yeah, essentially.
100%.
In a nice way. We are in a garage as well. So
But you know what?
So was Steve Jobs when he started Apple.
yeah. Really quickly, I posted in the group, but somebody only just found out Steve Jobs died through a shit post.
You're joking.
What?
Yeah, so it was it's a Twitter handle called Things That Aged Poorly or something like Images That Aged Poorly. And they had posted a picture of the Smurfs wishing Steve Jobs like a speedy recovery. Obviously, he died about 10 years ago. And the top comment in that Twitter thread was, I can't believe this is the way I find out that Steve Jobs has been dead for 10 years. And he was not taking the piss. He's like, I just don't follow this tech. And I'm like, look, I absolutely understand. I've been like, Prince Philip was like, his death was broken to me via a shitpost on Twitter. Fair enough. But that was 2 hours or so after he died.
Yeah.
This was 10 years and the man revolutionized what mobile phones were. I'm just so impressed that...
This guy's been in the dark, and he's probably using an iPhone for the last 10 years.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
no. That would be the worst bit of it all.
Yeah, it's like I've been using this company's tech for 10 years.
Yeah, just like, I was like, have you never seen like, who's this Tim Cook fella? That's not Steve Jobs. Where's Steve Jobs? Just like, the world stopped when that happened. And
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah, people talk like fucking so much shit for like 2 weeks
Robbie
or
was so
something.
deep in Samsung just then that
No, I think 10 years ago, I would have been on iPhone 3GS.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the world stopped, like fucking everyone talking about it, like, oh, who's going to be taking over? Apple stock like plummets, all that crap. The man was like, what was he doing for 2 years? Oh, 2 weeks, just like completely went on shutdown, tech shutdown.
Maybe he was living in the woods. Like, some people don't read the news. Like,
maybe he's
I
like,
know, but,
maybe he's
like,
like
surely
Tupac
he-
and he's living in like Cuba.
Oh yeah, possibly.
Remember?
with Michael Jackson.
With Michael Jackson.
Everyone apparently.
Celebrities love faking their own deaths, all right?
Yeah, and just going to Belize.
What country would you go to if you had to
If I had to die,
disappear?
Bora
Yeah.
Bora.
Bora Bora? Okay.
Tibet. No.
Tibet, actually, you
It's
know
just
what?
cold.
Yeah, it would be really chill. I meant in the relaxation context, it would be quite.
Tibet.
Yeah, I reckon so. Monks
Because
everywhere.
you're just meditating the whole time.
I wouldn't mind that too much. Granted, mine would be Hawaii.
Yeah.
but everyone would recognize you. You can't just retreat
Not
to
all the
Hawaii.
islands are like tourist.
No,
like
just don't go to.
Oh, so you
don't
think
go
you
to
can
the
just
big island?
You
Yeah,
think
don't go
just
to
all of a sudden
Oahu.
you get in with the gangs of random islands in Hawaii?
no, I'm just
can
gonna
you?
chill. Like I'm just gonna be
Chill on
away
the
from
beach with
everywhere
a pina colada.
and just like go hiking and just like sit by the beach and just like chill to some Elvis.
Work in a hotel in the Maldives or something like that. Just retreat.
I might as well just go back home to Sri Lanka then. They're like literally like 200 kilometers away from each other or something by that point. So
Wait, Sri Lanka is only 200 kilometers away from Hawaii.
no, from
No,
the Maldives.
from Maldives.
All right.
They're close enough that it's like one or the other type thing
Where are the Maldives?
near Sri Lanka.
Surely that just gave you a hint. He just said it's near.
Where
Sri Lanka.
it's
I'm
like
trying to
southwest or something around Sri Lanka. Like literally, if Sri Lanka's here, it's like down here somewhere.
Cool. Where's Sri Lanka?
I don't know if you're fucking with me now.
No,
but
I'm not.
India's here.
Okay.
And then it's a small island off of India.
Sri Lanka.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I actually don't know if you're fucking with me.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
All right. What's the rebuttal, John? So where is Kilkenny in Ireland?
That's a fair question. That's a completely fair question. I wouldn't know a province in Sri Lanka. I don't even know
I
what
don't
the fucking
think
country
they
is.
have. I actually don't know. I think they're states, but I've
Well,
never
that's
seen
what.
it.
Yeah, the same thing. We have like, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We need to move on. So we also got some Dying Light 2 information, and they came up with a YouTube vid.
40 minutes.
Yeah, just
Goodness.
like back and forth Q&As, just because we haven't had any information on that for, I feel like, for quite some time. And then last year, obviously during COVID, they just inevitably just delayed with no release. They were like, we don't know when we're going to release it now, which, kind of sucks. But they went through and they just hammered all these things, which I think is a good thing. I think we're obviously going to get closer to a release. We're going to get closer to stuff. But they were mentioning some like pretty...
They didn't pussyfoot around any of the questions that were put up as well. Like, obviously, they went and curated them. But it was like, what's happening with this thing? And it was a straight no or like yes, and here's what's happening.
Yeah, like combat, they're just straight up removing modern guns. They're going so like sort of post-apocalyptic
Yeah.
that, as you can imagine, over time, like things rust and wear down and like things break, obviously. So it's going back to really sort of full like ropes, bows, that like traps, all that type of stuff, like really hardcore.
Have you guys played the OG Dying Light?
No.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, really good game.
I like some parts of it. I'm not really the biggest zombie.
I don't really like zombie shit.
Yeah,
That's
like
fair enough.
I just personally I feel
about
like it's been
parkour?
done.
What?
How about
love it.
parkour?
And that was cool. But
Dying Light is zombies and parkour.
Okay.
but like in Dying Light 2, right? You've got like the fucking rope dart / like slingshot. I imagine this cross blend between like Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time / Spider-Man, where you're like throwing this dart up into like skyscrapers and you're like swinging between
It's
things.
so like it's such a fun game to like fuck around in as well, because like relatively speaking, the parkour is fluid enough that you don't need to like, it's not a stop-start situation. There's a bit of like jankiness, but it's just fun to run around, especially at night when you're low level. It's horrifying.
Yeah.
With those mutant zombies. I can't remember what they're called, but
So when it's nighttime, Robbie, those zombies get faster, and then there's more mutated ones that come out, and they just
patrol, and if they see
chase
you, they start chasing you. Yeah. And when you're low level, you're just like, I can't do anything here. I need to just run like hell, and you can just hear them in your back.
Where's zombies?
Where's
exactly.
zombies? Where's zombies?
Great co-op game though as well. I think it's 4-player. Could be 2.
I liked parts of it, but yeah, it's hard for me to get into games like that, no matter what sort of is involved, even the story, just because I'm like, meh.
Does that mean I have to go find new friends for Back 4 Blood?
No.
I don't want to play with you now.
Yeah, I didn't really sell it to you just then, did I? No, I'll play it. There's a lot of games that we need to play.
Speaking of like great co-op games, whatever happened to Kane and Lynch?
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, number 2.
It's backwards
Yeah.
compatible on Xbox.
Yeah.
Is it on there?
Yeah.
Is it in the Game Pass?
Oh no, I don't think it's in Game Pass, but it's on the store.
Oh
Because
man.
weren't they making a movie about it and then everything just fucking stopped?
It always happens. Like, I'm sure it seems to always happen with certain video games where, like, wasn't it? I don't think it's in these notes here, but Naughty Dog's movie, The Last of Us, got canned because
2 action page.
Yeah, 2 action, and which is true. I would argue that's correct. I would see Last of Us more as a slow burning story than I don't need shooty gun zombie shit happening in my movie for about
Chitty bang bang.
about a like a reluctant father and a little bit more than a gung ho like kid, because I reckon that's more what Last of Us is about, that relationship there.
You know what? I'd go as far to say that I just don't even need a movie. The reason why it's a game is because it works so well.
I agree, but the thing is, how do you... It's like when you want to show someone a TV show, but they're like, oh, I don't... Like, for example, Invincible. One of my mates, she just doesn't watch cartoons. Doesn't matter the premise, anything like that. She just won't watch cartoons because just the way it is. So same thing with video games. As much as I would love Last of Us to be like exposed to as many people as possible, it's a video game which requires like actual input, whereas a TV show is passive. And if you can nail it, it works just as well. Like obviously there's little nuances of like world building that you arguably will not get in the TV show because the director shows you what they want to show you. And with a video game, you can actually explore and learn about this family that's slowly like decayed away. Or you could not and just gone through it. So I appreciate what they're doing, but I want them to keep it as one for one as possible.
Can I say I feel so sorry for your friend that doesn't watch cartoons?
Yeah.
What kind
of life do you want to live? Like, fuck.
what childhood have they lived?
Well, you know, it's just like you get to a certain point and you decide that cartoons are for kids, which arguably 90% are. Like they are, but then you see shows like
Archer, Final Space,
BoJack Horseman and stuff.
Family
And it's
Guy.
like, the amount of times I've told people to watch BoJack, they're like, yeah, but it's cartoon. I'm like, it just would not work in real life. Like in a real life setting, it just would not work.
But think about the concepts that BoJack Horseman.
Oh my God, the amount of times I've had to watch, I've watched that
like-
one episode and then stopped and just be like, nah, this is a little too heavy now. I need to stop for a bit. And
They tackle really, like, anime in itself covers mass genocide, you know, race between, like, tackles real life problems. And
both
you're
of
like,
those two sometimes go together.
yeah,
Like,
you know, and it's like I just find it really interesting that people go, oh, you know, cartoons for children. It's like, well, you're right. If it was a normal reality TV show, I'm not sure you'd be able to pull it off because it's just too
well, that's
hard.
why like when Avatar was being made into a live action TV series with Michael and Brian, the original creators of Avatar, on board, I was like, fucking brilliant, because that show is so good. And if it's got the originals on, I know that they're going to take care of it. Now, obviously, they've left, and I don't know what's happening with Netflix at the moment. And that, I doubt I'll ever go and tell anyone to watch that. I'll try and push them towards the actual cartoon because it's so much better. But
Will you not give the live action a shot?
I will, but I will try to go in as like
As possible.
yeah, just as possible. But like M. Night Shyamalan, I have still not seen that movie, and I don't plan to.
No, the trailer was enough for me.
Yeah, so
I always knew you were born to be a bender, which is just ridiculous line in a fucking trailer.
it's so like I'm just not a fan of it.
Born to bend.
Bend a
Robbie, I
knee.
think you'd be kind of happy about this. I know you weren't like the biggest advocate for Among Us, but Among Us is coming to PlayStation.
I still haven't played it.
And Ratchet and Clank is going to be like exclusive
I
skins.
saw
on
the
this as
skin,
well.
yeah.
I think that game gets a bad rap at certain points just because of the community. It's just kind of like Fortnite isn't a terrible game. It's just 90% of the community are
8 years old.
well, more just annoying, not even just
Yeah.
yeah. So the game's like there's a reason Epic have been able to build off of this game and make a huge boatload of money. But I think Among Us is still a fantastic game. I
Yeah.
see it too much on Twitch and stuff. But
I've enjoyed every moment, every time I played.
I've enjoyed
Played it.
playing it. Like absolutely. So much fun. Like accusing someone when you are clearly the person that went and did it. Like, I swear, man, you can kill me next. And you're just like the vitriol, just shouting it back at them, and they're wrong. And you're obviously wrong. And then they're like, well, Jahan, and he's like, oh shit, man, I was wrong. Okay. Well, anyway, I got to go and pull some levers over here and just go about my business.
Look, we all make mistakes.
Yeah. Are we not human?
But what is interesting, I suppose they were kind of forced into this, but I'm surprised that it's PlayStation that's picked this up first and not Xbox, is that the cross-platform support will be on the game. So PlayStation will be able to play phone, computer, and it's on Nintendo,
It is
right?
indeed.
Yeah.
Came to Nintendo first, and people are very angry about that for some weird reason.
Yeah. Those people can get over it. But yeah, that's interesting because obviously Sony isn't really the biggest advocate for this shit. So yeah,
Maybe they're changing their tune.
I hope so.
I fucking hope so. They better. Titanfall 2. Its player base grew by 600% in 2 days.
It's like
I saw this, yeah.
such a good game.
Arguably one of the best games ever made. Great concept. Before
Such a good game. I'm so happy Respawn has brought that universe into Apex, and it's obviously because
that's
of
why.
Apex.
Yeah.
I haven't seen too much about the new hero that is meant to be a pilot, but she looks dope. From what Isn't she Korean? Is she Korean? I feel
What
like in Apex, because it just screams diva to me, like another chick that's like
it does scream that.
mecha pilot.
Yeah. I'm totally feeling that, like full Tekkaman Blade vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to jump in. I want to jump back into it. If the player base has grown that much, that means we can find games like that, which we should all just jump on.
I think it's always had a pretty decent player base. Like when I say decent, I mean there's always been a dedicated player base, but now there's no doubt going to be hundreds and hundreds of matches that you can find instead of waiting 5-10 minutes for one.
I remember just feeling like an absolute beast, like playing Titanfall 1 and calling in your mech for the first time, and you're running around because you've got to earn it. Like there's like a time you have to do certain things to get your mech to come down, and it just fucking falls from the sky and just lands in front of you.
Yeah, it's like
one of the
superhero
coolest
landing type
feelings.
thing, and because they're
Super
all
bad for your knees.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you don't have any cartilage because you're a mech, is it really that bad?
But then like it could either, you didn't have to get into the mech. It would either protect you, follow you, or you could give it commands, or you could run towards the mech in any direction. Like you could swing from the left.
Grabbed out of the air.
You get grabbed out of the air. You'd like slide under its legs, and it would like grab its hand in front of you and put it into the machine. I was like, this is.
And there's
this
all
is-
different mechs as well. If you want to be a weeb with a samurai sword, like your
Yeah.
mech can have a samurai sword or a gun, or just go fucking fisticuffs on another mech.
Oh, fisticuffs, surely.
Like it's so, especially watching a little person
Unless I'm
running
running
towards
to a
you.
gunfight.
Man, it was just so engaging.
Such a
Like,
good game. Very, very good game. I hope this somehow justifies a Titanfall 3. I don't know how.
I don't know.
I doubt it. But
Apex is just going so strong now.
well, like you'd hope that what that means is it's just fueling money to Respawn's obviously got Fallen Order working on that in the background as well. So hopefully that means money coming from Apex kind of gets pumped into that. Obviously stays with Apex, but some of it gets pumped into.
It won't though, right? It'll
Fallen
be EA because like
I don't know. Respawn is such a powerful company, though.
you know they've got another project on the works as well.
Maybe what?
No, because they're like, well, it's just speculation, but you know how every time someone sees like Rockstar or like Respawn, like which they do have right now, hiring
yeah, right,
or
right.
like new project lead or like need an engineer for this, and it's like, oh, what are they working on? So they are working on something.
Maybe they just have high company turnover.
Oh, that would be terrible. That would be sad.
Don't say that, Robbie. Fucking hell.
Look, it happens.
I love how we all immediately thought, yeah, because it's a negative reason. It's not because someone got a better job elsewhere.
No, they just burn them out.
Oh, God. All right. Movies, entertainment, comics. Can we talk Falcon Winter Soldier now?
Yeah,
I think by the spoiler standards we said earlier on, yeah.
All right, I'm going to let you take this away. I want to hear your gripes with it and why you thought it was awesome. And you can actually pick it apart. I know we said it was great last time, but like we can actually go into
You've
it now.
seen it now, right?
I have. Spoilers, everyone. I'll fucking put a thumbnail fucking thing on the YouTube video for when
But for
to
the rest
skip
of you
to.
listening,
Scrub forward. I don't know. Sorry.
Let's give this like 2 minutes.
No, we'll put it in the show notes or something.
Okay,
We'll put it in
cool.
the show notes.
That's
Hey,
Future
Hey,
Jahan, please
hey,
remember that.
Actually, I'll tell you what. You can just cue it with music. So let's start it with a random code, and then we'll end it with a.
Okay,
we're in spoiler territory. Okay, well, go.
Okay.
You've seen it.
I thought it was good, but I think for me, where WandaVision had a 70% hit or miss rate with me, like in regards to what I found interesting, all that, Winter Soldier to me, in all honesty, the only thing that was legitimately like, hey, this is really captivating was the Black Captain America stuff. The stuff with Isaiah, Sam, like the world's not ready for a black Captain America. Arguably, that was the most important, not just important thing to me, but arguably the most like captivating thing to me. I thought John Walker, he didn't, he shouldn't have been as liked by the end. I thought that was a really quick turnaround.
Yeah, I was going to say that's my.
It wasn't a justified
that's my
like
major gripe
redemption
with it. It's
for
like,
him.
Yeah, like his story arc needed a little bit more time to breathe, because like you spend 5 episodes building him up as the main villain, and then the last episode,
It's like it didn't matter.
If they had one more episode, I could have seen that.
I was about to ask,
being
did you
enough.
think it need one more episode to deal with him like killing?
Just with him though,
Somewhat,
so I
yeah.
think the pacing for John Walker was the issue, like primarily an issue. But
yeah,
Bucky,
the rest of it though, I
yeah.
was,
Bucky and Sam's relationship, great. I could happily, I think you mentioned it last week,
Yeah.
happily watch more Captain America stuff. I don't know if it's a co-op, like a like covert crap thing happening in the background.
But it works so well.
Yeah.
It was
Really
so
good
good.
dynamic, those two. But I think I still very much enjoyed this, but I think to me it was just that race stuff that really got me.
I wasn't expecting it from it.
I think
Are you talking specifically the speech, or just like him, like
Just everything.
entrance into the show? It's like him crashing through a fucking
No, I
window
think
in the
the
new
whole
suit. Like,
I think it was the whole thing about like the overarching thing of race in it.
yeah, like
Yeah.
is I like this man's gone and saved all these POWs and gets like raked over the coals and just checked for, even though Steve Rogers literally did the same thing
Yeah,
and is touted a hero. And like I thought that thing at the end was a really nice like note as well, as like this man was a hero and like you will now be immortalized in this museum of Captain America. Like you arguably stand at the same level as him in some senses. So
well, no, he never fought off Thanos and shit like that. Now,
no, of course
Age
not,
of
but it's probably
Ultron.
because he wasn't allowed to. And
look, all I'm saying is the guy achieved more.
I wonder how strong he is. Like, I wonder if he was on the same like level as.
I'd say it would be.
I say they're equal.
Oh, that would have been very OP to have two of them
yeah.
just going to town.
Really could have used his help though, in certain places. So, you know,
Well, I mean,
the whole universe was falling to shreds. I'm sure he could have left the house. And
do we know if he was blipped out?
oh, actually, that's a good point. He might have been blipped.
I actually don't know.
I don't think.
I actually don't. Well, yeah, I don't think maybe he did, because otherwise his son would have said something, or he
yeah,
would
good
have said
point, yeah.
something and been like, yeah.
But I did think the whole repercussions of the blip being worked into this as well was fantastic. Like this is what the Flag Smashers are trying to do. All this stuff,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. I was like, that's a really interesting concept, because I don't know what I would do in that
And
situation.
it made complete sense as well. Like every country was like, please come here and help us build and everything. And then as soon as people come back, like get out and like, hold on, this was my home.
Yeah.
It was really really well thought.
What do you
thought through.
do in that situation? Like legitimately.
You know what else? Just like thinking back on it now, they nailed that concept then of, because remember how there was like the dude with the Australian accent, and I was like,
Yeah.
man, he stands out.
Well, it's
Just all
because he
these
went
other
to that
accents.
country for a new home. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. So you got all these different accents of people working together. They're like family now, because they just feel so.
He really did stick out a lot though. When he first started talking, I'm like, oh my god, that's really
jarring.
strong. Yeah, it always happens. And Australian accents on normal Australian TV is nothing.
Yeah.
But then you put just like one other like
American, Irish
anything
show.
next to it, and it's just been amplified over the top of everyone else.
It's not like it's not
oh.
even like as if their mic is turned up louder than everyone else. It's just when they talk, it's like, ah.
It's just more imposing.
Just like, how do you normally talk? Okay, we need you to really stereotype it and just like, look, get the VB, just chuck it in the background.
The fuck?
I don't drink alcohol, so it's like, don't care, mate.
Fucking whoops.
Yeah. Tell you what though, like so far with like WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, I'm excited for Loki.
I am.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm worried I'm going to burn out like I did with the movies and not want to watch them until it's all there, so I can just like
Binge
run
it.
through it.
Wait, hang on. What is Loki next?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
And then what's
June-
after Loki?
Black
Widow.
Black Widow. Yeah. So Loki's out in
June
it's
11th
June
for-
11th, and then
then-
Black Widow's out in July, and then Spider-Man at the end of the year.
No, there's surely stuff in between that.
I think there's like
I
the
don't-
What If series and stuff like
The
that.
What If
but-
looks good.
Is it? No, that's next year.
No, What If is at the... I thought What If was in like Q3 or 2021.
Damn it, we've even spoken about this timeline and we can't even remember it. Oh.
It's a lot of stuff.
Is it Spider-Man? And, oh, it is.
Spider-Man's at the
Spider-Man's
end,
the end
yeah.
of this year, and
Why
then
did I think?
because I think
Doctor Strange.
You were getting confused with Doctor Strange. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird to think by the end of the year we could have the live action Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh god, I couldn't. If they somehow worked in the Into the Spider-Verse into Spider-Man, it never will happen.
Well, yeah, that
You know what? They could be like, we're going to do it. And they'll only tease it for like 20 seconds of on-screen time. Like, haha, this happened. And then see you later. It's like, see, we did it.
Oh my god, it would be weird, but I'd love it. It would be such a strange
I'd love
concept.
to see Tobey Maguire Spider-Man as like an alcoholic, like middle-aged Peter
like
Parker.
Peter Parker
Yeah, like
B?
Into the Spider-Verse,
Yeah.
yeah.
That would
be
be
great.
interesting.
Just having the beard on
Wait,
him.
so who would be the main? Tobey Maguire would be the main Spider-Man, right? He would be 616. Would he be 616 Spider-Man?
Why are you classifying him as the main Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Because in the Marvel comics, Earth 616 is the main timeline, and then you've got branches off of there.
Yeah.
So like Miles Morales technically is part of the Ultimate Universe, which actually then would mean this might be the Ultimate timeline because Nick Fury's black in the Marvel comics, which obviously is a play off of the the comics.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, off the MCU, so he's black in there, but I don't know anymore. But
It's one thing we have, like, imagine out of nowhere they just dropped in Miles Morales. Because we've all been focused on, like, Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, all that coming in. But, like, imagine they just, like, work in Miles Morales. Well, it would be a bit...
Panther is technically in it. Oh,
Yeah.
that's not his name. Prowler, sorry.
Prowler, yeah.
Prowler's technically in it. Well, at least the uncle is.
The uncle's in it, but he's not been Prowler yet, yeah.
No, well... yes and no. There's an argument to be made. He was probably Prowler at that point. If you're,
But we didn't see it on screen.
Yeah.
so I meant-
The only way I think this is possible in any of the Marvel creations, whether it be a TV series or a movie, that we're going to see something like a Miles Morales like pop up or whatever it is. Obviously, we know they're good at sliding people in as like a cameo at the end or in the middle of a scene for like a few seconds. Because remember, they're going to have to prove as to why they're there, which is like an overarching concept, which means that in the shows that in the lead up to it, as much as like it was just a mistake, it's like when we were watching Falcon, you went, did they just say X-Men?
Yeah.
If they proved that, even if it was for 5 seconds on screen or they said it, okay, now we know the universe is starting to merge together, which means that, okay, in, the next Spider-Man movie, there's every reason Miles Morales might just randomly appear for 5 seconds. You know what I mean? Because now it's proven, okay, hang on, the universes are starting to collide or something's happened.
I'd love to see a Miles Morales movie.
that would be so good. I don't remember if we've spoken about this or if anyone has said anything along the lines of a Sinister Six movie. I know some weird thing is in development.
They had planned it, so like they teased it at the end of the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh god, that was a train wreck.
I didn't hate it.
I think there was, you know how with DC DC has an issue of introducing so many characters at once and not building anything. It was just villain, and they just kind of did that with Amazing Spider-Man 2 because Amazing Spider-Man 1 was a good movie,
I liked
relatively
both of them.
speaking.
Yeah, maybe I guess they kind of did it, but they kind of did the same thing in Homecoming, but it was just a little bit more subtle, like the way they brought in Shocker and like there was already Vulture there.
Yeah, but that's the thing because Marvel seems to
they
understand
hinted
how
at
to
Scorpion
introduce.
at the end.
Yeah, but because I would assume this could be a jumping off point for a Marvel or Sony Sinister Six.
It would have to be with Sony. Yeah, they're not going to give up the rights.
Movie.
To that.
So like obviously Venom, like well he's not part of the Sinister Six, but he's getting a second movie. Maybe Sony does the Spider-Man route and just like focuses all their superhero movies on the Spider-Verse and works on that, and then Marvel once in a while gets to use whoever they want and chuck them into this MCU. So we've got a weird Sony verse and a MCU verse.
Yeah, and Sony and Marvel can't seem to agree if they can ever like collide. So.
Although, I haven't seen that Spider-Man coming to Disney Plus now.
Yeah, didn't they just sign with Netflix? It's really weird.
Well, I think they have every right to do
I'd
that,
be
but
pissed if I was Netflix. You're paying fucking however many million for the rights to Spider-Man, and then like, oh, by the way, we're going to have it on Disney Plus too.
Yeah, but more people probably have Netflix than Disney Plus, because Disney Plus is so hyper-focused.
Growing so quickly.
No, of course it is, but so many shows on Disney Plus are hyper-focused, whilst Netflix just is so branded out there. Like most of the documentaries on Disney Plus are probably around Disney products. You're not going to find a drug running like.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you seen the Disney Plus Stars things on there? I mean,
Yeah, but it's
the
still.
re- the
I'm
reason
kind
why-
of disappointed by Star.
I haven't watched much on Star since.
I've loved it.
No, I'm kind of like, I don't know. I was expecting more from it. It's just very limited. Like, it's very hard to search what you want, and like, it's just very limited.
Searching what you want, totally agree with that. But I've been loving Star.
Like, it's great to have, but like, Bob's Burgers, Futurama, like all
Dude,
that.
where's
there
my
on hand.
car?
Yeah.
Stop bringing up, dude. Where's my car?
Starship Troopers.
Whereas, like, with Netflix, like, the interface changes and you get to see a little bit more of the catalog. The catalog doesn't change on Disney Plus, and or like on Star. I'm just like, I can't find anything new, and like, it's just the same movies. I don't want to watch any of these.
Imagine if Disney Plus Star or just Disney Plus bought the rights to Warner Brothers, or like, can you imagine? That means they got like The Matrix. They've got fucking
but
Mortal Kombat, New Line Cinema.
Why would they do that though?
Why wouldn't they do that?
Because Warner Brothers have started HBO Max.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, like, imagine if they bought it. Like, they would be an
I
unstoppable
don't want
force.
Disney to own everything. They already own so much.
It's
They will.
No.
They will conquer.
speaking of Disney Plus, Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan is going to be a little more real.
So,
What?
It's going to be like more
So-
real,
so-
like
so-
more feely and stuff.
Oh,
like
right.
that.
Okay.
so it's funny. Like, I put this in the notes today because, like, it's obviously not really newsworthy, but at the same time, it's Ewan McGregor talking about something. Can I just have to talk about
Yeah,
it? So,
hold on. Yeah, Kevin Feige was. Oh no, what was that movie? Something just came out. I think it was Shang-Chi, and it was talking about filming in real locations. And Kevin Feige came out saying like, "Oh, it's amazing to be able to use these live action, like actual real like locations." And people were like writing, "Has this man never seen a movie before? Like the way they use locales in
Yeah.
real life is like not everything's on a green screen, mate. It's just like if there's a city to use,
yeah.
you can use.
You
the
can
city.
use it.
Yeah, like it is possible.
Yeah.
But so further to the point, so that Ewan McGregor's come out and said it's going to feel more real than it ever has before compared to the prequels with Anakin Skywalker and all that type of stuff, because largely, I'm guessing, film techniques that he's come out and said, plus it's going to be filmed in actual locations and not just in front of a green screen for an entire three
Well,
films.
yeah, those first three movies. That I can't remember the last time I saw that much CGI.
I loved the first three movies, so
I think it's because of the Clone Wars I like them now. I did not like them before the Clone Wars.
I just loved them the entire time. Loved
But,
how modern it was.
Speaking of which, I don't know if this was 100% true, but apparently there was a deleted scene, and it was in the third movie, and it was about Obi-Wan.
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah. It was Obi-Wan confronting Padme about their relationship. He's like, I'm not 100% sure if it was real, if it was fan-made, but it was like dialogue lines saying like,
Because in the Clone Wars, he knows about it.
he kind of knows that there's something happening, but obviously in the movie, it's never brought up because it's forbidden and all that. But Obi-Wan's like, I know the way he looks at you, all that, blah, 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 blah. Like, I just want you to remember he loves you, all that stuff, etc., etc. Make sure he stays true, blah, 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 blah. Don't know if that's real because
I'm pretty sure I've seen that scene.
is that a thing? I don't recall it.
Is that not in the movie? I'm pretty sure it is.
No, it's not in the current movie that's out today. But
That's very familiar.
in the Clone Wars, though, like he knows that he calls her, like all the time.
Oh, of course, yeah. Like, the fact that Anakin knows that Obi-Wan and a particular Duchess
And-
also had.
And even
relationship.
even like obviously, so they form quite a strong bond with some of the clones that are there, like Fives and all of those guys, and they're like looking out for Anakin because, like, obviously, number one, yes, there is leader, etc. But like, he goes, "Can you watch the door and tell me if anyone's coming?" And they do that for him, so they know everything that Anakin is doing.
Of course, yeah.
It's really interesting.
It's
I don't know. I'd like to tackle that a little bit more.
like hiding a relationship.
No, just like that part.
I like to try my hand at that.
No. Just like some of those concepts in Star Wars, because like if they can somehow portray that in Obi-Wan and more exciting, is they're going to bring back Anakin Skywalker's own sort of animated series. The voice actor who voiced him is...
What?
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. What?
Read the notes, Jahan. It's right there. I read it this morning.
Yeah, I did read it, but I didn't quite grasp the concept.
Yeah. So the voice actor of Anakin Skywalker, who voiced him in the Clone Wars, Matt Lantner, has said that it's making a return through animated means again.
Do we know if it's going to be like Clone Wars animated or Rebels or a new style?
Well, I don't think Matt Lantner is really going to want to do Darth Vader.
Well, you'd want someone. You'd want your Keith David? No,
James Earl Jones.
James L. Jones. Yeah, you'd want
Keith
someone.
David. Just look, he doesn't do all the voices.
But my God, is his voice good.
But okay, I'd be interested to know that.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't hear about that at all.
Yeah, it's because it came out this morning.
Okay, well.
I'm on top of this shit, Jahan.
Do you reckon then they'll announce something at Star Wars
May
Day?
4th?
Yeah.
Probably.
What's that, Tuesday?
That is Tuesday, which
Yeah.
is when Bad Batch also
Bad
comes
Batch.
out.
Yeah, bitch.
It's almost as if they planned it.
I reckon that is also, I'm going to make a prediction. I know they don't normally announce video games Star Wars Celebration Day. No, Star Wars Day. But I reckon that is when something comes out about KOTOR or whatever it is, that Knights of the blah.
New Republic, whatever. Yeah. I hope so. And I hope they announce something for like a Jedi Fallen Order 2.
It's
Very hopeful.
Yeah, it's very hopeful. I reckon that might be more of a June thing. But
No, I think November. No. I want.
it's so far away. But
I want, dude, I had so much fun playing that game. Obviously completed it 100%, but
How many hours does that take you?
not actually that long.
did you hit it?
No, but I do kind of want to try that.
It's a bit of work.
Yeah.
It doesn't occur to you how much is involved in doing that until you start working out, oh, that's right, this boss was a bitch. Okay. And then going from there as well, Fallen Order is a little buggy. There's some issues there.
There is, but it's a game I feel like I mastered, so I'm going to give it a crack.
Okay. Fair enough.
I am
I'll watch
one
that.
with the shit.
Ever as humble, Tom.
But, Jahan, I want to talk to you about...
Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah.
Ah,
Wait,
yes.
no. That's the kids' movie.
I've never seen that. I don't know if that's any good.
I highly doubt it's any good.
I don't know. But Yasuke
Yeah.
dropped yesterday or Thursday night.
And how-
Well, as of recording of this.
How many episodes you watched already?
3.5. No, sorry, 2.5 at the moment.
Yeah. How's that
it's-
manga reading going too?
No, that's complete. Anything that requires like hardcore concentration, like actually putting and reading something, is just gone out the window at
If
the
you could
moment.
apply yourself to your manga like you do with your
But everything
anime
else.
Everything else in my life. But it's really good. There's some weird situations that I've come across. I'm like, without spoiling it, they're like, why do you believe these people and not this person who has probably been within your community for a year, but you believe these people who just come out of nowhere and just gone, this happened. And they're like, yeah, that sounds about right. It's like, hold up. This person's been in your community for a year and he's not arguing or saying anything like that. He's never said anything that would like even put any sort of eyes on him for the situation that's happened. Why do you not believe him and you believe these guys? Some of you are friends with him as well. And you're like, yeah, that sounds about right. That person would do that thing. He's like, not sure about that one.
Is this Among Us or...
Well, I assume they've taken it from there, but I very much liked it so far. Flying Lotus, who's a hip hop experimental instrumental artist, he's doing the music for it. It's not exactly Samurai Champloo-esque levels, but there's some proper vibes there of
I like that.
samurais, and then the music in the background is like this lo-fi, like tingy experimental shit playing, and it just works really well.
Cool.
And Lakeith Simon, I forgot his name, but he's in Atlanta as well. as
It's a TV series, you mean?
yeah, the TV series, and Sorry for Bothering You. He's the main guy in that. Fucking perfect voice for Yasuke. They gave him a name in this as well. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. Doesn't like I've read about Yasuke and it doesn't sound like his name. Checked it up. It's not his name. But they gave him this huge like.
I love it.
Research.
See, I love Jahan's gripe with it. See, he takes it so seriously.
No, it's just like, where the fuck's this name come from? Because I've never heard anyone call him this. Like, there's been rumors about what his name might have been. And so I looked that up. I'm like, okay, I only know him as this because he clearly wasn't able to speak Japanese when he first came to Japan with the Portuguese. So fair enough. They're like, what is your name? He's like, yeah, I don't know what you're saying, man. But
Bienvenue. No, that's French.
Pedro.
but they gave him a name. But
Canada.
it's really good. Art style is good. It is very fantastical. I wasn't expecting that much.
Like magic?
Yeah, it's set in 1595, 1600s. And very minor spoiler, there's an actual robot. Like a robot in it.
Well,
Well, it is anime.
but wasn't Leonardo da Vinci building a robot?
No, I mean, this is
trying to build
beyond
a flying
our
machine
current
too.
like levels. This is a sentient robot with shape-shifting arms and stuff. Like, that's the level I'm like, I really hope they explain what the fuck's going on here, because that is not in the
Of the
right place.
time period.
Something doesn't quite add up right.
These colors don't run.
So I'm gonna watch it tonight. But is it good?
I'm enjoying it so far. One of my mates has finished it already because he's a huge Flying Lotus fan. He's like, his argument was like, I'm only watching this because of Flying Lotus. And he's been watching it. He's like, nah, it's good. I really enjoy what I'm watching so far. So it's only 6 episodes, 27 minutes a pop.
Oh, easy.
Easy to bang out in the night. So,
Do you think anyone could watch it?
not people that don't like cartoons, especially cartoons.
Like your friend?
Cartoons, and then anime is a level above that. So
I would agree with that.
Like that's a difficult thing to kind of step over.
But it's a good show just to watch. Like,
yeah,
anyone,
like it's only 3 hours. I've seen movies that I absolutely despise, and they've been about 2.5 hours. So what's an extra half an hour on top of that?
What's one more?
Yeah.
Go on. What movie?
Oh, The Mist. Stephen King's The Mist. I fucking hated that movie so much. Absolutely stupid movie. Book is great. Concept is fantastic. I don't know why people like it.
I don't know why I was expecting something not The Mist.
That is always the movie. It's always the movie in the back of my mind that whenever someone's
right.
like, what's your most hated movie?
For me, it's
The Mist.
Watchmen.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't think I enjoyed that movie.
Did you like
It's the only movie I've ever walked out of the cinema.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you watch the HBO series?
Oh, this was years ago when the movie was actually in the cinema.
No, I know, but have you seen the HBO series?
No, because the movie put me off of it.
Oh, that's fair enough. I guess, yeah. Because series is decent. Series is good slow burner.
Who's in it again? Who's the actors that play in the movie again?
I can't remember.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan's in it.
That's it.
That's all I remember.
Yeah.
I enjoy Watchmen, but the only thing that runs through my head is that Manhattan,
Dr. Manhattan.
yeah, Dr. Manhattan with Rorschach, that meme joke. And it's just Steve Jobs died from Ligma. And Rorschach goes, who's Steve Jobs? And Dr. Manhattan disappears. So he goes, Ligma balls. Just like, what? Who's Steve Jobs? Ligma balls.
Man, sad times in the Dragon Ball. Well, I suppose
yeah,
in just the musical composer sense. It hits me more from a music thing than it does anime scene. But yeah, unfortunately, the composer to the shows of like the Dragon Ball Z franchise or just Dragon Ball franchise.
A lot of people's childhood.
Yeah, a lot of different shows and stuff.
Shinsuke Kikuchi.
Has died at the ripe old age of 89.
He had a good run.
He had a
Very good
great
run.
run.
His music, like the original, like as much as the Dragon Ball Z music that we have currently with the metal and everything is fantastic.
Yeah, the Bruce Falconer version, yeah.
There's a very big difference with the OG, but it's so happy-go-lucky and like jump around. It's so nice and so
It's just uplifting.
yeah. And it's like, oh man, let's go.
Man, for the
it's
time.
fun, yeah.
We're talking like late 70s, like when this was made. So Well, for Dragon Ball, sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, like, fucking
I
hell.
can't believe it's that old.
I know.
And it's still technically going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
So strange. I mean, there's I forgot what the anime was called. What's that longest running anime? It was like Sha-Turn or something.
Yeah, what's after that is One Piece, right?
Yeah. I think I would argue One Piece is technically the longest anime because this other show is like 5-10 minute increments. And One Piece at least actually has a storyline, overarching storyline. But yeah, the fact that was there, but like, yeah, what Dragon Ball, started in like the 70s is the reason for certain TV shows now. It's known as the grandfather of shonen. And like, obviously part of that was this man's fucking music, just like what he added to the show. Like, oh God, yeah.
Sad though, but you can just pay your respects by watching and listening to his stuff. So do that. Castlevania 4.
Have either of you watched it?
No. So I want to tackle something with you here. Okay, so just for everyone listening, Castlevania Season 4's trailer has just dropped. So it's coming out. So there's a Season 4 coming. Awesome. When I think of Castlevania, I just think of the Super Nintendo Castlevania, right? Every time someone says the name, I know there's a TV show. I'm sure there's a movie. I'm sure there's like a lot of stuff. Is it the exact same thing?
Yeah, it's relatively close.
To like the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I would say
game.
it's like it's Symphony of the Night. It's more the RPG ones than it is the hard Castlevania 1 to 3 games that were on the NES back in the day.
Yep.
But it's very good. It's very it's in the same vein as Yasuke of like it's anime, but it's not because it's not made blah blah blah. But it's adult TV, like swearing, violence. Story is really good. You understand why Dracula. Like, if I was Dracula, I would probably do the same with what he did to the village. Like, so understandable. So I've only seen the first 2 seasons. I started watching season 3, and for whatever reason, it just went to the wayside. So I'll get back onto that soon.
Do you think we'd enjoy it?
Yeah.
Really?
I think so.
I was just looking up Devilman CryBaby. It's a great name.
That's a great anime. It's very interesting.
Devilman CryBaby.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Is that just meant to be a piss take on Devil May Cry?
I don't know. No, it's not.
Just quickly, while I was looking at Castlevania, turns out that there's a JB Hi-Fi store has been selling Resident Evil Village on PS5 for a whole week already.
What?
Yeah. A whole week early.
Well, I can't buy it because I don't have I've really fucked up by not buying a disc PS5.
Yeah, man, what the fuck?
It was like $100. And the way of the future is discless. Look,
man.
Either way,
for fuck's sake,
I really fucked up.
What if I gave you a game? Actually, no, sorry, that's not true. You can actually go buy it on the receipt. There's a code. You type in the code, and it goes up online. Every game does that.
Oh, really?
Every game. You were going to EB, JB Hi-Fi, whatever. When they give you the receipt, the reason why it's so long isn't just because there's purchase information and everything on it. Down the bottom, there is a product code. If you type in that code onto your online store, you now own the digital copy of the game.
But then I could give the game back and then I would still own the game. That seems a bit dodgy. That's literally
what the JB Hi-Fi was. Damn it.
Cheating.
I know I know it's real because like and like all these it actually is a really good
should we bleep out his name?
Probably. But like it was back when we were doing Call of Duty, when we're all trying to play with each other on all of the different platforms and stuff. Was asking like, oh, can I do this? Can I do that? And I said, just grab the code and it's on the receipt. Use the receipt. There is a little code in there that you can use to download the game, even because you bought the game.
I'm gonna have to check this. I'm gonna have to find a game that I have bought in the last year physically.
When I bought my Xbox One X, I got 3 free games. They didn't give me the copy. It was on the receipt, and I got Gears. I got no. But I'm just saying, like, no, it's not different. They gave me separate receipts. One for Gears, one for Fallout 76. never played any of them.
I've heard 76ers got better.
I'm not playing it.
Okay, well, I'm just saying. I reckon you guys would enjoy Castlevania. I don't know if Devilman CryBaby would be really up your alley. Maybe more yours, Tom. But I would recommend Castlevania. It's very good. Actors, the voice actors for Trevor. I forgot the chick's name. Cypher and Alucard. Really well done. Great chemistry between them. So
Robbie, why are you looking it up just now?
What?
Devilman CryBaby.
I was.
no, but why?
Yeah, but why?
Because why wouldn't I?
Because he just said I would enjoy it more than you for some reason, but you're looking it up, so I'm curious, do you want to watch it?
Well, now I'm looking up what the actual scores for Wrath of Man got.
Oh, yeah. So for all of you that
Can you
don't
say
know,
that?
Robbie just quite recently...
I went to see like a preview screening of Wrath of Man, and for Guy Ritchie coming off The Gentleman, no.
Oh, wait, Guy Ritchie did this?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but it's got 7.4 on IMDb and 63 on Rotten.
Can we just really quickly talk about the fact that Citizen Kane? Did you see this?
What?
So I'm not exactly sure what the origins of this happening was, but Citizen Kane had 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Somebody dug up a Chicago review of it, which had given it a negative review, and put that into Rotten Tomatoes and gave it, so it's now sitting at 99. But Paddington 2 is sitting at 100%.
I did see that.
So now Paddington, it's above Paddington 2 and Paddington 1 are now currently sitting over the top of Citizen Kane. Even the official Paddington Twitter went and said, I hope Mr. Kane isn't too bothered by this situation, something like that. Just taking a piss out of it.
Wow. I mean, look, fair play to them.
I haven't heard anything bad about Paddington 2, to be fair.
Well, yeah, it's got 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just
It's
believe it.
really random. I just saw that. I was like, I don't understand why this is happening, but okay. Like, that's cool. It's the internet.
Well,
I love the internet.
Well, quick spoiler for your review of Wrath of Man. Timeline's all over the place and just not as good as Gentleman.
It's really hard. Like, I mean, you did the stunts for this film, so like, what was the
I
hardest?
you
thought,
not
I,
given the
I thought it
script?
was going to come off a lot better. Like, look.
Well,
I
you
think
would
it was
have
just the bad
obviously
direction.
filmed. Well, you would have filmed it in like chronological order.
Yeah, and then they just fucked with it in editing. And look,
Always is the problem.
Look, I was happy with how I looked, but
Okay. Well, I guess
What part? If people do go watch it, Robbie, what's like the one part for them to look at when they see you doing the stunt that you perform?
I don't know. There's a lot of I think the rehab, getting through that so quickly. That was.
Did you drive as well?
Yeah. No, I drove. Yeah.
Okay, cool, nice.
Nice. I didn't know you were that good of a driver. I mean, silly me. You're obviously a stunt performer, so
Yeah, exactly.
Oh well. Is that where we ended?
I was going to say, speaking of rehab, I actually have to go and do proper rehab now.
Okay.
okay.
right.
For his knee, guys. For his knee, Robbie is fine.
From stunt doubling.
Yeah, the rest of it I'm putting off until later in life.
Yeah, I reckon. Let's go enjoy a Saturday.
That's it, guys.
All right. Well, you can find us on everything. Google, just look for us there. Just write New Age Geeks in. It's a black N. You'll find us there.
Twitter,
Wherever-
Insta,
YouTube,
Wherever you get
Twitter.
your pods.
Twitch is Nagcast. That's Happy Gilmore. That's you behind the bus. I'm N70. And that
this
is
is
it.
the Nagcast.
Oh, I can do this.
Goodbye.